So, in the last vlog on this channel, I had talked about my persistent struggle with sleep uh, as it pertains to uh, the current traumas that have been bothering me, um, that I seem to be reliving throughout my day, and especially when I've been laying down trying to go to sleep. Um, I've been reading uh, a, a Scanner Darkly. It's quite late for me, by the way. That's why I'm this tired. I've been reading A Scanner Darkly by Philip K. Dick, which is an incredible book. Don't let the movie. Uh, I think it was Keanu Reeves in the movie. Don't let that movie uh, make you shy away from this book, because the story is told much better in that form. I'm about 106 pages through so far, but um, as I was reading the book, I kept having to have these moments where I read back the same part multiple times over, or was generally taken from what I was doing. And I feel like I had as many parts like that as I did times when I was just so enthralled by the writing that I wanted to read it over multiple times to really soak in the information out of appreciation for it, or vivid imagery I was experiencing in my head, alternating between that and just, quickly being so excited by the work that I, was going through it. But for as many alternating phases like that, I also had ones in which my mind felt kind of blank. I often get this when I'm doing really any kind of task, because I continue being met with these traumatic memories. Um, these distractions seem to help me not think about them, but they never, I can never completely evade them. Oftentimes, when I'm doing the thing or consuming the piece of media, they come back. Especially when there's like a small thing that reminds me of that memory in the book, or movie or game or task, whatever it is. It's almost like my mind is constantly looking for those little things that could trigger me, and then all of a sudden, boom! It's like I'm there again, and I might, let out a word or a sound in response, like a pain response. Um, and, here I am trying to recover cognitively from the blow that I was just dealt by, the thoughts that I was just having. Intrusive thoughts, memories, flashbacks. Um, and as of late, it's been about uh, an ex I had, um, who I had seen overseas, and some fucked up shit he did to me while I was there. Um, it keeps running through my head, and the thing that I think kept me reading the book, besides the fact that I really liked the book, um, because I have trouble doing things that I like, is this persistent sense of like, what exactly would I do if I came back in here? I could watch videos on the telly, I guess. Um, I could do research on my computer, but I didn't really feel like doing that. I could play a game, but I knew I wouldn't really have the motivation to do that or get much enjoyment from it. What, just lay in the bed all day? So I come out to the front room, um, where I often do my reading, especially once everyone is asleep. Um, and I'm just doing that. Well, I started out in here as a live stream, but I end up doing that for several hours. Um, of course, going slower than most people would have. Um, but I end up doing that for several hours. And once I get, a few hours into it, I start thinking, okay, what exactly would I do if I stopped right now? Because I started thinking, like, this caffeine is making me feel, kind of jittery or heady. I keep twitching my foot. It's like, okay, well, I can just keep twitching my foot. I have the cat here. I can pet the cat while I hold the book. And if I need to take a break for a few minutes or go at my own pace, I can go at my own pace. It doesn't really matter. What exactly would I be doing if I stopped? And so, I didn't have any alternative that I didn't find to be depressing. I think this is the big trap, right? If you end up doing things that you find depressing, then, or in response to not having pushed through that initial difficulty you get doing something that's actually fulfilling because of these flashbacks, then you're gonna feel worse overall. You have to push through that initial part and then continue to do so in order to reap the rewards of doing the thing that you do find fulfilling. Um, Avoidance of the problem is kind of paradoxical because it ends up leading to the problem being worse overall when it inevitably loops back around and hits you. It hits you harder than it otherwise would have, which is why confronting the thing, and not letting it control your life, principally here, like that's the really important part. Um, uh, it should be central to my and anyone else dealing with a similar issues strategy.